Hey guys, what is up? RedPandaMining here. How you guys all doing? Hope you're all doing really well and having a really great day. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Octominer X8Ultra. And this is a mining rig server case. As hopefully you all know that I have reviewed a few different server cases over the past year, and it has been quite amazing. These server cases, such as the Octominer X8Ultra, this thing is really nice, and so I've had really great experience so far. And I have another one here from mysticmining.us, which has been really awesome as well. And then another server case that I've reviewed just recently is the mineshop.eu Minebox 6 server case. This is the 6L, as the spacing is quite wide, and you guys can tell I have 3070 Ti's in here, and it's like a 2-DIN slot here, but then it goes even further, potential for 3 slotted. So in today's video, I'm gonna go and do a comparison between 8 RX 580s, which I have in this Rosewell server case. I'm gonna say this is one of the, like OG server cases for mining, maybe back in 2018, 2017. And so I have 8 580s in here, 4GB cards. And so this Octominer X8Ultra, I'm gonna put those 8 into here, and we're gonna compare the cooling between this and the X8Ultra. Okay, so I'm really excited to get this going, and so let's just go through what this X8Ultra is all about, and then I will show you guys the temperatures I can get with these 580 4-gigers with no fans. Okay, they're like the fanless ones, passive cooled ones. I took out all the shrouds. I'll show you guys, I'll open it up in a sec. But anyways, let's go back to this. The X8Ultra, if you're looking at it right now, it's got 2 hot swappable 1200 watt server PSUs. All right, you can take them out, and apparently they're hot swappable. And these are, well, this is, the typical HP server PSU, and it has the Octominer sticker on it, so that's pretty awesome, 1200 watt. Okay, so there's 2 of them here, and I'm just gonna push this back in, very easy. And you can see the spacing on this one is quite large. I'll open it up here in a sec, but I just wanted to show you the I/O. You can see here we got 4 USB, HDMI, and Ethernet, and also this is the power button. And then at the top, if you're wondering how to open it, there's these 2 little buttons here. All right, no longer, you do not have to screw in the screws on the sides, unlike the X8Ultra. As you can see here, there's a couple of screws that you'll need to take off, also in the back here, and also one over here. You no longer need to do that on the X8Ultra, so that's really awesome. So I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. Okay, here we go. Oh, this looks really nice. So this X8Ultra is based on the B85 chipset. And you guys can see here, this is like the motherboard or control module, which has the processor, RAM, and SATA port for your SSD, for your operating system. There is HiveOS already pre-loaded on here. So with the B85 chipset, okay, this processor is an Intel G1820 dual core processor, and I believe there's 4 gigs, or you can do 8 gigs of RAM if you want it as well. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool, as in case this dies, it is replaceable according to Octominer. So you can take this out if this control module ever decides to go out. So that is really awesome, really intuitive design here. And the SSD is in the front here, as you guys can see, which is easily, you can remove, and we're actually gonna have to do that later because I need to put my HiveOS rig config on here. I mean, alternatively, since HiveOS is preloaded here, according to Octominer, I could just plug in a monitor and keyboard, but I'm just going to reflash it anyway with my SATA to USB adapter, which I will do after. Okay, and then, yeah, you guys can see the 4 red slots on this side and another 4 red slots on this side. This is pretty nice. And then the power supplies, okay, so the 2 1200 watt power supplies, total of 2400 watts, and there are 8 strands, okay, 8 dedicated strands, and each strand has 2 8-pins coming out of the breakout board, okay, as you guys can see, which is hot swappable, which is really cool. So, I mean, when you take out the power supply, and you can put a new one in, assuming your load isn't more than, I guess, I don't know, 11 or 1,000 watts or so. I would not take the power supply out as it's mining, but it apparently is hot swappable just in case if you do want to do it that way. But anyways, really awesome. 8 strands, 2 PCIe for each strand, so that'll be good for about 300 watts. And the gauge, if you guys are wondering, of these cables is 16 gauge. Now there is an option on Octominer, if you do buy an X8Ultra, they do have an option to do 16 gauge wiring, and I think later on it's going to be forever all 16 gauge wiring for the power supply, the PCIe cables. So that's going to be really good, as you know, the insulation or the thickness of the cables, it really does matter how much capacity you're going to be pulling through these types of PCIe cables. So that's really cool of Octominer to change it from 18 to 16. That was one of my recommendations when I did the X12 Ultra reviews. Those ones were 18 gauge, so I'm really happy about this upgrade. There should be no problem to do like 3080s, and even they've talked about doing 3090s. Now there's one drawback, as there's only the 2 8-pins, right? Not 3. So if there's some 3090s out there, which I think most 3090s are 3-pin. So they do have another model, the X8Ultra Plus. And so that model has 4 750 watt power supplies, and so that gives a bit more capacity in that regard, and then you can do 3090s, 8 3090s if you wanted. So with these two 2400 watts, doing 8 3090s in here, I would say it might be a bit of a stretch, and I probably wouldn't do it myself. The most I would go up in this X8 Ultra would be 3080s. And then on this side, of course, we got nice 120 mil Delta fans, and they're all being powered and controlled by this monitoring controller. You can monitor the temperatures, the ambient temperatures, the fan speeds, and so this is like the ambient temperature around this area sensor, and then there's also an LED screen here to see some information as well, like IP address, so power consumption, all that kind of stuff. And looks like there's a VGA and USB here as well, and there's also power buttons here as well, reset button, all that good stuff in the front. Okay, so guys, let's do it. I want to get this going, so I'm going to show you the results of my Rosewell server case. So right now, let me just do a refresh. I just want to see how hot these GPUs are. All right, so yeah, look at that. These passively cooled RX 584 gigas, we're getting about 14 mega hash. We're mining Ravencoin right now. So these GPUs are extremely hot, and the fan speed, obviously there'd be no fan speed because there is no, let me take this out, there are no fans on these, like I showed you guys, because I took the shrouds off in another video, I think about a year ago, when I did this Rosewell L4000C or L4000B. I forgot what model this Rosewell server case is, but I did a custom thing here. I got 2000 watt power supply and 3 120 mil Delta fans. And yeah, this is extremely hot. So you saw the temperatures there. I want to now put these 8, all right, fanless RX 584 gigas in this Octominer case, and we're going to see what the result is, and I'll show you guys the power consumption at the wall. Actually, I'll show you the power consumption for this Rosewell right now, which is about mining Ravencoin 8 580s, and that's about almost 1,280 watts at the wall, okay, just for that Rosewell case. So pretty cool. I'm gonna retire this server case most likely. I'm pretty sure the X8 Ultra is gonna be way better in terms of cooling. I guess looking at this now, the spacing in between this Rosewell one, it's obviously decently tight. And in the X8 Ultra, we got a lot more spacing here, so I think the cooling is gonna be a lot better. No wasting time, let's put these 580s in this X8 Ultra right now, guys. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I got all the 584 gigas in the Octominer X8 Ultra, and yeah, this looks really good. There's a lot of spacing in between, as you guys can see, versus the Rosewell that I had. Now, one thing I want to note on is that the backplate of this Sapphire 584 giga is pretty much touching the CPU on the PCIe motherboard here. So, I mean, I don't think that's an issue. But anyways, yeah, this thing is on, actually. So, it should be booting into Hive OS. I just turned it on, okay? And you guys can see the OLED monitor here. I thought it was LCD or LED, but it said OLED. So that's cool, and it looks like it just got an IP address. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it looks like it's booting into HiveOS right now. And I already put my HiveOS rig config on there. So the same config that I had in my Rosewell server case here, as you guys can see. We're gonna see what the temperatures are. I obviously gotta put on the lid. So this looks pretty good. All right, guys, so let me put on the lid, and I'm gonna give it a bit until it starts heating up and mining Ravencoin on this. And so I'll be back and we'll look at the power consumption and the temperatures and see if it's any better. I really love this server case. I feel like I need to replace all of my GPUs, open air frames, with the X8 Ultras. Let me know what you guys think about that. All right, I'm gonna give it about 10 to 20 minutes. Be right back. Okay, it's been about 14-15 minutes, and here are the temperatures. Look at that, they're not in the 80s. It's really good. This Octominer case, definitely with the fans. And another cool thing is that you can see the Octominer fans in HiveOS. And also you can control, Octominer has their own like tool button per se at the top, external fan settings for Octominer. If you click on that, you can see here, you can set a few different settings: LED blink or errors, turn on white LED to find the rig. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let me turn that on. And you can also set the fans to auto, and you can set up the minimum fan speed. Oh, let me open that back up again. You can set the minimum fan speed if you wanted. Okay, I think that's pretty cool. That is legit. Actually, what I want to see here is this white LED. And let me save that, apply. And what is that gonna do? Where's this white LED? Oh, is that it? No, I thought I just saw it go up here. Oh yeah, right there. White LED. Okay, so that's to find it if you had, like, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of these. That's ingenious. That is awesome. There we go. Yeah, a lot of airflow. The fans are right now at 100. I can feel a decent amount of heat coming out of here. And so, oh, you guys wanted to see the power consumption at the wall. We are at 1170 watts. So, wow, I think that's actually much less than the Rosewell case I was using. Okay, well, looks like this whole setup takes a lot more power. Maybe it's the power supply that is drawing more power, maybe the fans. But hey, this Octominer one is pretty efficient then. That's really cool. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys the screen. So now that it's mining, you can see, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a lot of information here. The rig name, we got the IP address, we got the algorithm, which it's mining, okay, which it says kapow. It has the hash rate of the whole rig, 112 mega hash, mining Ravencoin. We got the power consumption, it says 1146 watts. So, wow, that's actually pretty close to the wall. At the wall, the Space Coast power meter, we're at 1170. So about 30 watts short according to this. So that's really awesome. We can see the internal temperature, it's at 29 degrees Celsius, and the outer temperature, ambience, is 31 Celsius. And then we got fan speed of each of the fans at the bottom there. That is pretty cool. Okay, so that's an awesome little LED screen. Guys, I'm extremely happy with this Octominer case. Like, extremely happy. I want to just do a refresh here and just see if the temperatures have gone up at all. But, okay, yeah, it still looks to be pretty good. The temperatures are still under 60 degrees Celsius. That is awesome. And the fan control, I didn't do auto fan, but you know what? Let me turn that on. I want to do that as a test. Let's do auto fan. Hit apply. Oh, I can audibly hear the fans did go lower. And by the way, the fans are blowing into the case. They're not blowing outward. Okay, so that's where all the air is coming out through the back here. So that's what makes these server cases quite appealing, is because all the airflow is being directed through the GPUs, and so that's how they're able to be cool a lot better, a lot faster, versus like open air rigs, right? Open air rigs, the heat just dissipates everywhere. It doesn't matter where, but in server cases, the air is directed through, and so they're able to cool a lot better. All right, guys, that's it. I'm gonna conclude. This is the X8 Ultra from Octominer. Thank you to Octominer for sending me this X8 Ultra. And if you guys made it to the end of this video, these RX 580s, 4 giggers that are in that case right now, since it's Christmas time, or Christmas time is coming soon, I'm planning on giving away a few GPUs. So stay tuned for the live stream, that multiple live streams, multiple Discord giveaways. I'm gonna be giving away GPUs. So stay tuned, stay subscribed, hit the notification bell. Fun times are coming, guys. A lot of giveaways are coming up for these Christmas holidays. All right, I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you, Octominer, yet again. I'll see you all in the next video. Let me know if you want to see anything else in this X8 Ultra. I can try different GPUs if you guys would like, maybe 3070 Ti's, and yeah, I can try those in this X8 Ultra. Another video. Thank you all for watching. Have a good one, and peace out.